Rise and Shine Rwanda is Wednesday, the 25th of October.
Coming up on today's Rise and Shine Rwanda.
Rwanda's business climate post-elections.
Access to transport made easy with Tap and Go. Good morning, you're watching Rise and Shine Rwanda with me, Irene Kanengwa.
And me, Fidelis Karango. Over the next half an hour, we'll take you through what's trending in the news, business, as well as lifestyle. But first, let's take a look into our news features. The Nyarugenge Intermediate Court has remanded Adeline Rwigara and her daughter Diane Rwigara for 30 days, while Anne Rwigara was granted bail. The three jointly face charges related to inciting insurrection, while Diane Rwigara faces additional forgery-related charges, which were discovered by the National Electoral Commission during the evaluation of nominations for the recently concluded presidential elections. The mother, Adeline Rwigara, also faces another separate charge of divisionism and discrimination. Diane Rwigara was also remanded based on the press conference she hosted back in July, where she said to have incited public insurrection, saying that Rwandans only come together when they're going to kill. Reading the bail ruling, the presiding judge said that after carefully examining the case, it strongly believed that the two remanded suspects could have committed the charges against them and that they might tamper with evidence if granted bail. However, for Anne, who was released on bail, the court said that the prosecution did not prove that she was the one who wrote a letter said to incite public insurrection, or if her conversation with her family members was really meant to incite insurrection. The remanded suspect appealed the ruling.
And in regional news, the African Union and the United Nations have issued a rallying call on Kenya politicians and the police to work within the law to resolve the current situation. In a joint statement on Sunday night, UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres and AU Commission Chairperson Musa Faki Mahamat said all leaders should sue for peace and ensure election happens within the legal framework. The leaders were responding to the current political crisis that has created uncertainty over the legitimacy of the election scheduled for this Thursday, fresh election ordered by the Supreme Court last month after it nullified the one held on August 8th over irregularities. But while the ruling Jubilee Party has said the repeat poll should go on as directed, the opposition NASA says it doesn't meet the set standards as the situation was complicated further last week after Commissioner Dr. Roslyn Akombe resigned and claimed the commission is not ready to hold a credible election. On Sunday, the UN and AU chiefs asked the police to respect civil rights and said they would continue to monitor closely and developments in Kenya and promised the commitment to assist Kenya in ensuring credible and transparent process and upholding the constitutional process.
And in international news, at least 5,600 supporters of the Islamic State have returned to their home countries as it loses ground in Iraq and Syria. The Soufen Center, a US-based think tank, says 33 states have reported arrivals in the past 2 years, as the figures include half of the estimated 850 who left the UK. The report says the returnees, most of whom are imprisoned or disappear from view, will continue to present a security challenge for many years to come. The recovery of data following the fall of the IS administrative centers such as Raqqa has helped confirm the identities of 19,000 of the more than 40,000 foreigners from 110 countries estimated to have flocked to Iraq and Syria to join the jihadist group. The data does not, however, reveal what happened to them.
Now let us bring it back to our local news. The highlight of this week was Rwanda is a key player in political stability, economic growth and development in the African Great Lakes region. Presidential elections were held on 4th August 2017, which were worth watching for many reasons. Let's know the climate, especially in the business world. Now joining us in studio is Albert Munyabujingo, the country director, Jumia Food. You're welcome, Albert.
Thank you, Irene.
Is it your first time coming to our studio?
Yes, correct. This is my first time coming to Raise and Shine, actually, studio, correct.
Okay, how do you feel? Are you good?
I've been so welcomed in a positive way. So, I'm feeling really comfortable this week.
So we should expect really a lot from you.
Definitely, that's
Don't hesitate.
That's part of that's part of the deal. We should have to expect a lot from me and yourself at the same time.
Yeah, as a citizen, Rwanda just held recently. We held presidential elections. What could be Rwanda's picture after the August 2017 elections, from your view?
Thank you, Irene. I think looking at the picture after elections in Rwanda, we've got to go a bit in the back and look at what was the picture before the elections.
Yeah.
And I would say, if you look at how citizens have been living around either Kigali or up country, and businesses around, I would say everyone was used to be comfortable, you could do whatever you want until midnight, the following day. And then this will take me through the campaign period. For me, I will look at it as a time of joy. Every Rwandan and friend of Rwanda was definitely happy. It was definitely a time to enjoy.
Yeah.
When then the day came in of the elections, you see that I'll say everyone was so prepared. We all woke up in the morning, went to for election as a normal day, and then after this, I would say, the day went as a normal day. It was actually a Friday. I'll say compared to probably the business I do, we started our business in midday as normally because everyone was actually out of the election room. After that, after elections, everyone was so excited to enjoy actually, the success of what we've decided. And after that, business kept going. I would say the sense of urgency we've always had, kept, and actually what happened is we all felt that this coming period will definitely bring more positive impact for Rwandans in general.
So that's how it is for you.
Correct. That's me as a citizen of Rwanda, and me as someone who's running a business in Rwanda. Correct.
Yeah. Okay. And actually, coming to the business perspective, your company has been running in this country for almost 4 years. What do you advise on people who are looking forward to bringing up business, especially in this 7-year term? When we look at some companies in the region are closing down, look at Nakumatt, without even going far, your sister company, Kemo, recently closed. What do you have to say?
Correct. I would say that's correct. We actually started toward the end of 2013. So we've been operating in Rwanda for almost 4 years now. I would say what we've seen in Rwanda is it's actually a place which really welcomes a business, especially for startup businesses. We already have infrastructures well built. The internet is accessible everywhere. Citizens are actually willing to grab whatever good business comes to them. Referring to the closing of a few businesses in the country, or probably the region, I refer to each and every population actually does not respond to a business model in the same way that the reason of market pausing the business in Rwanda. But I'll say, for us as Jumia Food, and we've seen a good impact. And after this, toward this coming 7 years and ahead of that, I would say the sense of urgency of making a business profitable is actually the same. And I would say it's a bit hard to tell this to someone who's not yet been to Rwanda, because to experience how Rwanda is doing, you've got to be on the ground and see how things are going. But one word actually, I would say now is the time for any business opening up in Rwanda. This is actually the right place, and now is the right time.
Okay, by the way, you just mentioned about how you operate. Sometimes this comes to my mind. I really think about, don't you find any challenges where you, your customers place orders and they take long? Because there, of course, you use bikes to deliver, and there could be a mechanical problem somewhere along the way. How do you cope up with that? How do you manage?
Yeah, that's true. I would say the business model is quite new to this country. From the restaurant preparing food, you could easily go in a restaurant, order and wait for I don't know, 45 or probably an hour waiting for food. And for us, we were aiming to deliver within 45 or probably later. If it's definitely late, it will be 60 minutes. So it's an educational program to either the restaurant and the rest of the drivers delivering for us. So we definitely have faced different challenges. Some restaurants might take longer than expected. We face heavy rainy season, but all we do is to keep our customers well informed. And I believe in a business, it's the very good thing is communication. So we always try to keep a good communication within our partners and our customers, actually.
Okay, I just remembered something, but this will come later. Yeah. Correct. So Rwanda has been engaging the youth into leadership as a young leader at the age of 25. Yeah. How do you see this transforming this country?
I would say myself, or probably you as well. We grew up in an environment where leadership positions or probably decision makers were probably other people than us. So this has actually changed in a couple of years back. But then this is our elder brothers and sisters have actually done a very good job, and all we do is now build from it and make sure that whatever we do, we have to think twice. And the good part of empowering youth nowadays is, we're definitely open to many things. I would say technology, whenever new technology comes in, the youth actually adapt it more quicker than, other people. I would say probably the range of 20 to 35 years. They're so good at adapting new technologies. Another thing I've seen among probably people I work with, the rest of my friends is, at our age, the flexibility is actually still a very good point. If I have work to deliver, I can easily stay up to midnight in the office or something, but make sure that what I have to deliver is delivered in time.
Yeah, that's so nice. So coming back to the point, a few minutes, you just told me you ordered a pizza, so yes. I'm still waiting. Don't think I forgot.
Actually,
I need to say something here.
Normally when we order, we always keep our phones around and see whenever the driver arrives.
Okay.
And I think he should be arriving.
So please check your phone.
But I think I just saw the driver.
Oh.
I think he's actually around.
Oh, wow, pizza, yes, oh my God. Yes. This is Jumia food. Oh, nice. Thank you so much. Thank you, sir. Oh my God, thank you so much. That's Jumia food for you.
Let's enjoy the pizzas.
Exactly. Okay, thank you so much, Jumia food. Thank you so much, Albert, for being part of the show. Thank you so much for coming.
My pleasure, Irene. My pleasure. I believe all together we can deliver some good feedback to the rest of the world, to the rest of people watching the show. And don't forget to order for your food today. Tomorrow we actually open until 11 p.m. So today's your day.
24/7.
Almost 24/7. I'm not yet there. So we actually open from 9 in the morning to till 11 p.m.
All right.
So you have access to 80 restaurants in town. So now is your time.
That was Albert Munyabujingo, the country director, Jumia Food. Thank you so much for coming. Yeah, let's take a short break. We'll come back with more.
Welcome back to Rise and Shine Rwanda. Moving around in Kigali in the past was such a struggle, especially while using public transportation due to the long lines at bus stops. Fast forward to 2017, and this is a problem of the past thanks to AC Group that introduced Tap and Go, who have not only turned Kigali into a smart transportation hub, but made the whole experience a fun and enjoyable experience. Take a look. For Muhire Janvier, a Tap and Go agent, his typical day starts at 5 in the morning as he prepares to catch the early birds who need to recharge their cards before they head into their busy day. Having started this job 6 months ago when he completed his high school, Muhire says he's grateful to have been given this opportunity as it has allowed him to develop himself.
batangiye ubona batari babyumva neza ariko uko bagenda babikoresha ubona bagenda babikunda ubona babikunda cyane barabimenye byose babona akamaro kabyo ni byiza cyane nkanjye niteje imbere mu buzima bwa buri munsi n'umusore nyine sinavuga yego wenda ubushobozi ntabwo ndagira aho nagera ariko bitandukanye nka mbere uri ukiva ku ntebe y'ishuri ukabona ahantu bayo uri ntari urumva mbona aho njya ni heza imbere ni heza.
With the Tap and Go system having been fully integrated into the buses in Kigali, bus operators and passengers are pleased with the service so far as it has reduced cases of theft, disorganization and delay in movement. However, one would wonder what happened to the conductors who lost their jobs to this solution.
Ikintu cyabaye cyiza twagabanyije abakozi tugabanya abakomvayeri bashwanaga n'abagenzi mu kugarura mu gushyiramo abantu barabateruraga mu kubagarurira akabamo ikibazo rimwe na rimwe n'amafaranga bakajya bayatwara batabagaruriye bigateza amahane bigakurura amahane ba nyir'amamodoka na kampani na polisi ku bagenzi cyambere cyiza bagize babashije kujera amafaranga yabo amafaranga yapfaga ubusa ubuceri bajugunyaga bayashyira ku gakarita bakabasha kuyagenderaho bikanihutisha mu kugenda kwabo imodoka iraza agakozaho imodoka igahaguruka ikagenda abakomvayeri bahinduriwe akazi dufite amagaraje dufite ibinamba babashije kubizamo baraje bahabwa akazi biyongeraho ubumenyi bundi batari bazi.
The Tap and Go solution currently covers 90% of the buses that circulate around Kigali, with hopes to expand this solution to buses that travel up country as well, benefiting not only the commuters but also providing job opportunities to many youth around the country.
Urubyiruko bagenzi banjye icyo nababwira ibintu ni byiza ko nanjye nabijemo mbona nazabishobora bamwe banshintege ngo isi bira bintu nta mafaranga abamo gutyo ariko kubwanjye ibyo maze gukora kugeraho mbona ntari bibi.
Karangwa Fidelis, Rise and Shine Rwanda. And joining us now in studio is Sharon Munyana, the Chief Marketing Officer of AC Group. Welcome, Sharon, to the show.
Thank you for having me.
All right. So AC Group has been on the market for the past 3 years now, and you guys have literally taken over the transportation business here in Rwanda. But how did you do it? Because whenever you introduce a new product into the market, people can be very resistant, and it's not always easy. So how are you guys able to do it, especially with the crowd here in Kigali?
Yeah. So as you say, Tap and Go has been in existence for 3 years, and we could say it hasn't been a very easy journey.
Really? I doubt it, because literally everybody I see has a Tap and Go card now.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm being left out of this movement.
Trust me, you should join, because it's been, I could say now, we've covered 99% of Kigali, meaning the whole of Kigali is cashless when it comes to using buses. So it's been very interesting, and the people have really adapted to the system. And I could say it has really helped people to know, in terms of, we've had issues with queuing, we've had issues with money management on the side of the commuters, on the side of the bus companies. And I could say these are the problems that the card or the system has solved. And people are happy about the product. Yeah.
So let's say I'm a bus owner. What is the normal procedure for somebody to acquire the tap and go machine, for someone to basically be able to join this movement that you have going on?
Yeah.
So do you give them all for free? Do they have to register and be on a waiting list? What really happens?
We started with Kigali, and Kigali has, with the help of the government institutions, of course, the regulators, RURA, City of Kigali, to help us go in line of what their plan and strategy is.
Yeah.
So in Kigali, we have 3 bus companies. RFTC, Royal, and KBS, and of course we had to phase them out at once.
Yeah.
So we can't. It's normal. It's the procedure. First of all, it starts with the country's regulation, and then we abide by that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So now I've heard that you guys are also taking over Cameroon.
Yeah.
And of course, they are a different markets, different cultures, different understandings. How's it been going for you trying to penetrate into the Cameroonian market?
Cameroon has been very adaptive. I could say when we started, and we started this year in Feb, so we haven't been there for a long time, and we could say the whole of Yaoundé is going cashless. And the people have been so receptive, and the card has had very many features for the people. Now you have a card personalized. So if I'm a student, I have my package. If I go to work, I have my package. So basically, people have been able to know this is how I manage my money. And we have bus fares that are in favor of different people. Are you a student? Are you a parent? So people have been very adaptive, and it has really helped us to cover the city. And we're looking at also expanding to Douala and other cities as well. Not only Cameroon, but we also want to do our goal and our vision is to cover Africa cashless. Yeah.
Big dreams right there.
Yeah.
Now, you know, the thing with working with technology is you can never be certain.
Yeah.
And how have you guys been able to satisfy the markets and ensure that, you know, whenever these machines are down, there's always a backup plan? How have you been able to maintain that steady relationship or good relationship with both the bus owners and the passengers that normally use these cards?
Yeah. Technology, you have to be up to date all the time. And that's what we always wake up. We want to be at the forefront before even we say our partners or stakeholders are asking for that. So if I could give you an example, we started when the card was just, I'm going to get my card, top it up, and then I can tap.
Yeah.
But now, in looking at the people's needs, of course, we have to understand what the people need before, because that's the whole point we're here. So we want to know what the people want, and now the card has migrated to being, I can be able to look at my statements, I can be able to check my card balance, and now we're coming up with other new advanced innovatives with the card, where I can be able to top up with my mobile money, Tigo Cash, Airtel, that is also in the pipeline, and also looking at...
Can I move money directly from my bank account to my card? Is that something you're working on as well?
Yes, this is something we're also looking into very much. And also my card also being, in a way, we want people to own the card and feel like it's not just the card I'm going to use and tap, but feel like I own the card. So in that being said, we want to personalize the card. So me, Sharon, or Fifi, I can be able to say, this is my card, it's registered under my national ID, I can be able to control A, B, C, D, get my statements whenever I want. So that is what we're trying to do.
And you can track it too in case you get lost,
Exactly.
Yeah.
I can swap my card if I lose it, and I be able to retrieve my money back on. So yeah.
That sounds perfect. Now, would you say the technology part has been the hardest challenge that you've had to deal with so far? Or if not, what are the challenges that you've had to deal with on a daily basis, and how were you able to overcome them? Especially, let's say, if somebody's watching our show and thinking they have an idea like this, what would you recommend?
I can't really say technology has been a challenge. Most of the challenges we had is to get the idea out there to the people to understand.
Yes.
Because I could say it was a rapid system that came through and making people understand the uses of it, etc. Those were the biggest challenges. But now it has created more of a vibe in people. They feel like this is my card.
Yes.
This is I can't move without this, you know. And with technology, I can't really say technology is more of revolving, you know. So you just have to keep up.
Yes.
And of course, we have so many ideas coming in from the people, from our stakeholders. We're looking at what does the country want to do in terms of transport. For example, we have the new bus rapid transit coming up, a government initiative, and we want to make sure that how do we cope up with this innovation? Yeah, so whereby you can be a bus. I don't have to wait for a bus or be worried that my bus is going to get there really late.
Yes.
So it's going to have its own lane.
Yes.
So how do we keep up with that? So we just keep advancing according to the need of the market and where the country's vision is going.
That sounds good. Now, lastly, before we wrap up, my last question to you would be the question in everybody's mind, and most of the taxi drivers actually kept on bringing it up when I was on the field talking to them.
Yeah.
And the question is, what happens to the conductors who used to collect this money? They had a full-time job. I mean, it wasn't the most efficient job, but you know, they still had a job.
Yes.
Do you guys provide a solution for them that maybe keeps them busy now that they don't have to sit in the buses and collect money?
Actually, we have 100 agents. Located in Kigali, only in Kigali, over 100 agents.
Okay.
So I could say 97% of the agents are the former conductors.
Okay.
So we've not taken away jobs, we've actually created more jobs, not only for the conductors, even for other people. And if you look at the margins or the amount of money that is being earned, is a very reasonable amount. And if with the visit you had, if you managed to talk to some agents, you could see that this has impacted their life in a very significant way.
And now, is it like, are they on a salary, a commission structure? How does it work?
It's a commission structure, and I'm sure you know how commission structures work. So it's been a really good, I could say, we're trying to create this awareness. People have understanding that he has taken away the jobs, but he has actually created more jobs to the people. And we now even have the former female conductors as well, who have also joined the agent league. So we have a good number, and
it has increased their skills too, right?
Very much, very much with the experience of getting to know people. I could say this has really, really helped the former conductors.
All right, perfect, Sharon. Now we look forward to having you guys officially starting to commute even in rural parts of the country. I know that's something that is a major demand for most of the clients that I talk to. So I'm putting in a word for them.
Thank you so much. Thank you
All right,
so
Sharon,
much.
thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
All right, you're watching Rise and Shine Rwanda. Stay with us. We'll be right back after the break. Now, don't forget, we love to hear your thoughts, comments, and feedback on what we're talking about here on Rise and Shine Rwanda. Tweet us at Rise and Shine RLW. Like us on Facebook and send us your ideas for programs. Check out our Rise and Shine Rwanda YouTube page where you can catch all the shows and reports that we do. Find us on Instagram, Rise and Shine RLW. We love to see your pictures. Or check out our Rise and Shine Rwanda website.
Well, that's all that we have time for today. We love to hear your feedback, and do let us know if you have any idea for the program. You've been watching Rise and Shine Rwanda with me, Irene Kanengwa.
And me, Fidelis Karang. We'll be back here same time, same place next week. So do join us then. But for now, from the both of us and the rest of the Rise and Shine Rwanda team, have a very good day. Goodbye.